Hey guys, in the last video that I just literally posted a few minutes ago, I talked about something that I had read, and this is the article that I had referred to. So I'm just gonna just very slowly scroll down here, and you guys can just read this in your own time, and I think it's very interesting, and I will have a lot more to talk about in this particular category in the upcoming days. There's been a lot of connecting that I've been making in my own time and from my own memory of different celebrities having very interesting stories, whatnot. It's a lot to do with French, um, the idea of being around France. Okay, so just it's a lot to do with that. So I'm just going to keep scrolling. You're going to have to pause this because I'm not doing it for long enough for you guys to actually read this. So you can either go to the settings on your YouTube player and slow it down, or you can just pause it. Okay. So I wanted to point out something about Annie Leibovitz here. I actually studied photography, and I think it's really important to talk about the whole Paul and Fall. I think it's not Paul Faulkner, Paul and Fall. Okay, this is super important. I wouldn't go to this. I'm going to see if I can find some really good information on this. There is a ton of information. This is one of the earliest conspiracies. Anyway, Paul McCartney was very famously married to Linda Eastman of the Eastman Kodak money. And I think it's really important that we understand at this point that she would have been a very key player, because obviously if their whole racket is blackmailing, then being the heir to the Kodak money would be pretty huge. So it's no doubt that she would have been married to um, Paul McCartney, aka Billy Shears, and it's really important, I think, that you have a look at Paul McCartney and Tavistock Institute. There we go, Paul McCartney. So I think one of the more important things is not to go to a .com. This Plastic Maca blogspot.com is probably a pretty good one. Saviorsoftheearth.nin.com is probably another one. You definitely want to seek out the tinfoil hat wearers when it comes to this, because they've done a lot of work on this, and this has been a theory since the 70s. It's not this is not a new thing whatsoever. And in fact, you can go back and look at some of my old videos, and I did one where I talked a little bit about a band called Klaatu, which are like the Toronto version of the Beatles. Very interesting. Anyway, Annie Leibovitz forced herself on Miley Cyrus and even carve these letters into the soles of her feet to bind her soul. So, Annie Leibovitz, very famous photographer. Okay, Linda Eastman. I'm going to do a dig on Linda Eastman and Paul McCartney and Tavistock. Actually, I'm not going to do a dig. I'm just going to get you guys the information. You do the dig. That's kind of how I work my channel, isn't it? Haha. Anyway. There's a very famous video of, I think it's Kristen Stewart, having a massage where this person's not even touching her body and she's like reacting like some crazy, you know, oh, what was her name? She was a Linda something from The Exorcist. Can't think of it. So again, just a reminder, I'm going very quickly like this because it's really about you reading this and not so much about this video. I don't really, and this is something new for some of my newer subscribers. I'm not trying to be flippant. I value everybody who's subscribing. But it's really, I'm kind of using the most effective way for me to get information across to you guys. And I have extremely limited time in my day, so I don't do things like Twitter. It's too difficult for me. So I do these types of videos. So everybody has their own style. Mine is super rough. I apologize. It's very rough. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I'm posting it and I will talk to you.